Hi guys, so nice to have you here. Huge congrats on winning this award. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels so surreal. It feels like it shouldn't be real. That rhymed without me meaning to make it rhyme. Yeah, I feel so just happy to be here, and especially with all these extremely talented filmmakers. It's we're kind of all in this together. Really feeling a bit out of our depth, but also feeling really great to even just be here, surrounded by so many great people.
And for people who haven't seen No Dice yet, can you tell us a bit about what it's about and why you wanted to make it?
Of course, No Dice is it's set in a little fantasy world, except it's not really a fantasy world. It's a group of elderly people playing Dungeons and Dragons in group retirement home sort of thing. And yeah, it's about them their little Dungeons and Dragons journey, and yeah, it's a really silly little film. I really wanted to make it just because I love when fantasy is kind of subverted a little bit. I feel I love fantasy so much. I think it's always quite very serious. I like it when it's a bit humorous and it kind of does what you're not expecting. And yeah, I knew I wanted to make something a bit silly because I wasn't sure if I could do something serious. And yeah, I wanted to kind of do about something that I love, which is Dungeons and Dragons and RPGs and stuff. Yeah.
And for you, Olivia, what does it mean for you to be here today? And I guess kind of celebrating young people getting into film and kind of nurturing the next generation, I guess.
I'm thrilled. I'm overwhelmed. I think the talent in this room is unbelievable, and I feel so grateful to have experienced, your first award, a lot of people's first, just step into this film industry, and just the people that are nurturing and I mean also the teachers as well. You must have had such amazing teachers that just nurtured you along the way, and that doesn't get enough credit. And so just to see that is a reminder of, I'm going to sound like a presidential candidate, but when our nation is at its best, it's when we're creating art. And this is, an example of that.
And in that sense, how do you see the health of the industry now in terms of access for people from different backgrounds? Do you think, we're making progress? Sometimes it feels like it's one step forward, two steps back, maybe?
I would like the Labour government to do more, seeing as that's what they've championed more of in the past. But I mean, it's better than what we had, but still, I think, it's vital, not just for people that are stepping into this industry, but just vital for people growing up who you learn such just fundamental skills as a person by being able to play and building that confidence with other people, and just the freedom to create. It creates new neurons, and it's just so healthy for our brain to be able to do that.
If you had any advice for someone thinking of getting into the industry and think, oh, maybe it's not for me, what would you say?
Go out there, get a bunch of mates, write some stuff down. Everyone's got iPhones, everyone's got a phone with a camera on, and just make and film some stuff. It doesn't have to be narrative. It can be some abstract stop motion piece. We do have the tools, however crude they may be, to just make something brilliant, because everyone has a singular story to tell.
Did you have one piece of advice or one person that particularly inspired you?
Oh, I've had quite a few. James Atherton and Sarah Nelson at the Oldham Theatre Workshop when I was growing up, from 8 to 17. They were amazing and so influential, and I definitely wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for them. And then all my fake pretend mummies and daddies on sets since I was 18, who are, I've been 18 or, early 20s, and they've been in their 50s, and have just imparted so much wisdom and knowledge, and they've been very generous with that.
Amazing. And what's going to be next for you? Have you got another film in mind?
Yeah, I think I've got a few ideas cooking, but my most recent thing, I wrote a film script for uni, and maybe I'll try and get that done at some point. But I want to keep making more short films, learn more about the craft, and hopefully when I leave uni and graduate, I can do even more of that. That'll be really great.
Amazing. Thanks so much for your time. Huge congrats on the award. Really enjoy the rest of today. Thank you.